Hi, I did this one some months ago, might have been a couple of years ago. I don't know, can't remember. But I like these sort of views. And I know they go down well. I'm not so keen on doing buildings, mainly because of the difficulty I'm having in why is that gone down? In holding the brush. I've got arthritis in my wrist, and when I try to do some calligraphy, even to sign my name, it cramps up. It hurts for some reason. But it's all getting old. I'll go to do a wet in wet. I'll wet the paper and I'll wait for it to expand. Well, I'll put the sky in and the foreground water, but I want to let it expand and then I can just clip it. Alright, okay, so which one was I using that? I never know which one is the one I'm currently using. I've got several of these hakes. So this is Fabriano, only really suitable for wet in wet, and very good it is at that, I must say, but for the good dry brushing and the behaviour, artists, Saunders, Bockingford, the Winsor and Newton are a better choice, but they're much more expensive than this. But this is ideal for demonstrating. So while that's wet, we'll put in. That definitely wasn't the hake, I don't think. That's clumping, that one. Sorry. This one's a better one. Well, I'll put a bit of a blush of raw sienna. I'm not going to copy the view. Sorry, let's come down to the paper. I'm not going to copy the photograph. I'm just going to use it as a base. Right, can you see that? Because the board's got a white background, well, it's melamine. I don't know if it's going to affect the picture, the painting quality or the filming of it. Put a bit of ultramarine in. And darker in the foreground, but to reflect what's above. And we'll just put it in there. Okay, now I'm going to, well, I might just strengthen up the ultramarine at the top. The board's about, it's just a little bit less than 30-degree angle. I never used it as a drawing board when I was a draftsman. We had sort of much more modern equipment even, when was I doing it? 45 years ago. I've had several things in my life. Mostly, well, over 40 years, I had my own business as a carpet fitter in London, and I had some really, really good years. But then along came laminate floors, and that the carpet industry took a big hit. But by which time I was sort of ready to wind down anyway. But I had a good living at it. But it gave me the time to do this sort of thing. Right, I'm going to just dry that a little bit. I met some great people. I've worked abroad in Holland and Austria, Switzerland, on the odd job, which was very lovely to see another country at someone else's expense. Didn't make a lot of money at that because there were things to do, like drinking in the evening. It all cost money to, well. I remember one particular occasion I took a friend with me who had vastly more experience than me, and he was self-employed. We lived in a hotel opposite on Lake Lucerne, a place called Castanionbaum. Alright, let's put a bit of tree background. This is sort of Seven Islands type of landscape. And every evening we played endless games of chess. We weren't very good, but we had a lot of fun. And it was in late September, so it was getting cold in Switzerland, but beautiful. When we went up into the mountains, a place called Engelberg, and looking out of we slept in the house after a couple of days. It was being decorated and rewired, but it was a wonderful experience. Yeah, we went up into the mountains with the owner of the chateau, who was rather large, gave us some money to go on, let's go up in the mountains, go across the lake to Stadt and get a train, and then go up to Engelberg. It's a famous ski resort, and out of my window I could look at Mount Pilatus, which is a well-known beauty spot, mountain. My brush is split there. That's it, bit of water, just bring it back together again. They're not artist quality brushes, the fakes. They are. No, I'm going to thicken that up along that horizon. Still using the hake. I'll use a bit of hookers, I think. Just get a little bit of shadow in here. I did a similar one to this yesterday, but I tried to do like a small village, but it was so painful that my hand would cramp, so I gave it up as a bad job. So you won't see that one. I've deleted it. Right, let's get some nice sienna. There's a fly buzzing around. I'm not convinced I'll stay with this setup of this board. I've made a lot of room on my very large office table for this, but alright, let's just take a little bit. Not too much. Right, let's put in a big now this drying, it's giving a good dry brush. Some good darks on there. That's why I want the dark in there, to hide the background a little bit. Bit of hookers. Well, I can come back to that when it's a bit drier. We'll do a bit of hard edge down the bottom here. Sort of a Micham Common type of after a flood, or after heavy rain. It's not, I'm making it up as, well, most of my stuff is made up. I'm going to put some calligraphy back in there. I'll put my rag there, hopefully it won't fall off. I can just do that with it. Okay. I'm going to put the bank in on this one. So a bit of green on there, I think. Bit of yellow, bit of hookers. That's it, that's better. Right, and we'll get a nice bit of sienna and burnt sienna, 2 siennas in there. And some more colour in here. Right, now we'll go to the other side and we'll build up. But we won't do symmetry, we'll try to avoid symmetry. Nice darks. I love doing the darks with the blue and the burnt sienna. Well, these are very easy to do. I know I make it look easier than maybe I should, but I love doing it. Everyone's different. And you never know what happy accidents you'll get. Well, that's a bit of red, a bit of ultramarine. Don't want too many air holes. Alright, let's have a bit of yellow. Now if I put a bit of dark on there, like red, blue, brown. We can put in a few rocks. Someone asked me this morning, what did I use to scrape off all my rocks with? Of course, the one video that I didn't explain, because you couldn't see me do it because I was holding a bit of plastic card and it was being masked by my hand. But look, I'm clearing out my desk yesterday and today. Look at all this plastic I've accumulated, and you think I can find it when I want it? So I will use this bit here. But if I keep them together, then I'll be able to find them. Okay, so a little bit of this. Look. Can only do this when it's a bit damp, but you can always re-wet it. It's just get some reflection in there. The same over here, that's still wet. Lovely. Just lift it out a little bit so from the damp. And that paper, I'll put some harder grey bits in, dark grey. Right, I want to take that up there now and make that much larger than that side. I'll do that when I find my hake. Which is, what's on there? Come on, who's pinched it? Ah, it's down here. Right. I'm not paying particular attention to the direction of the light. It's overhead. Noon, so we won't get any reflection. Any shadow other than underneath. Alright, let's see what we've got here. That's a nice murky green. Bit of sienna and ultra. The bush in there. Just to obliterate that background a bit. Get some shadow in. Bit more blue in there. Some more texture in there. Okay, I need to just bring that bank down a little bit. It's going uphill there a little bit, so we're on the blue side. Oh, that'll do. Plenty of distance in there. These sort of bushes, I've probably gone a bit high with those. So if I come up again with those ones in the middle distance, let's just come a bit higher. Keep this on the blue side. I can edge that out again if I want to. Your paint's over wet, you need thick soft paint. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's put in some raw sienna along there, thick, just like a beach. That's dirty. We need a cloth handy just to get the excess off. Let's just run across there like that. Okay, that'll do. Right, now we'll use the card and the rigger. That's probably still not. Okay. Right, we got go to the left hand side because that's just about dry. And with a blue and sienna. Quite a bit of water, let's just the one I tried to do earlier was on the back of this. There's honesty for you. Right, okay, let's come in here. Just to put a few bits and pieces in here, just to indicate. Let's just clean that. I don't think I've gone hard enough in that, so I'll put in a bit of arsenal to that. Okay. Right, some reflections now. This is where the vigour comes into its own. You see, what you put above, put below, just drag it down. And it just gives that impression of wetness. I might do a little bit of dry brush. To do that, you need to dry it first. So, take your headphones off. You don't want to reflect that there. I want to leave that light. So headphones or mute. Right, I'll just stick those corners down, I think. Ah, come on. Just to keep them flat. See, the paper's a little bit crinkly. It might be because underneath the other side's a little bit damp. I'll just anchor those. I'm not bothered, it's not going to go anywhere on the pile. Right, okay. I think just a bit of darkish blue. Yeah, let's see this. I'm going to go back to my easel. What that'll do. We'll just put a couple of that'll dry. Just put a bit more reflection of the trees in with the vigour. Away from it. Right, I can't do much more than that. I'll put a bird or two. Don't like that. Just blot him out. Okay, so we'll call that 7 islands, I think. So there wouldn't be any boats on it, it's just a very, very large pond or a very, very small lake. Right, let's just take that across there. This will all dry lighter. Right, well that'll have to do. I'll give it a signature. Put it in a mount. Should I put man on? I think I should. Just on the red side. Just gazing out. But I'll put him over here because it's just a little bit too dark at the back, so I'll put him in here. Just a little look. Okay. Well, it'll just give us a bit of scale to everything. Okay, turn that off. Don't want that anymore. Shut down, charge it up. I like to lay in bed in the morning with a cup of tea, looking at our videos from Alan Owen, Stephen Cronin, myself, Charles Wolfe, a great abstract painter from America. Look at his stuff, if you like abstract acrylic. We've become good chums or cyber chums over the couple of years. I'd like to support his channel. Okay, well there we are. A bit muddy, but right, hope you enjoyed that. Let's just bring you round a bit. Camera in the middle. So there we are, another variation on the theme. I like doing these, but as I say, I'm having a problem with my wrists holding the brush, and if I'm too tight it hurts. So that's why I keep the stuff like this. Anyway, enough about me. Thanks for watching. Have a go at these things. I think I made that a little bit too muddy, but there we are. See you soon. Bye bye. Oh, you a final look at it.